little bit late tonight. Let me just shout out everybody that put some comments before the game started. You should be more transparent. Thank you for thinking. Shout out to Wilson Wilson. Says you should be more transparent. There is impossible for me to be more transparent. So I'm not even reading no more of your comment. I'm not even gonna kick you. I'm just not reading no more of your comment. It is literally impossible for me to be more transparent. The simple act of you asking that just makes every single thing else that you say don't mean nothing. So I'm not even commenting on that no more. How's everybody doing today? Real quick, couple of things we're gonna talk about. First thing I want to say is we had a conversation this morning. I'm trying to fix this thing right here. For everybody that know, often on this channel, whenever somebody comes out and they make a video or they have some kind of outrageous accusation, we make a video on that. We did that this morning. We made a video on an outrageous accusation. In the title of the video, I literally put allegedly. In the video, I explained that from this channel called Tanique Reviews, this is where this information came from. This is literally the second time I posted a story from this guy's channel. Both times, the story was erroneous. First of all, I want to say this. First of all, I want to say just so we can be clear. It was a conversation worth having. I'm happy for everybody that was here that involved themselves in the conversation. It was a conversation worth having. That's one. Two, just so we... Literally in the video, I said Tanique Reviews a million times, just so we could be clear. So this is literally during the video I was being transparent, and now I'm being transparent. Anybody pretending anything else is just lying. So if you want to lie, keep going. With that being said, we do want to... What's the title of this video real quick? Because I want to talk about something besides the title of the video. I want to make sure that I don't speak on that first. Fake Lil Durk Warrant reports and O-Block. That's what we're talking about. Okay, so first I want to say this. Tanique Reviews is a page that usually talks about a lot of conspiracy theory things. So I might go to his page every once in a while for the humor. For the humor. I just want to be clear. Also, we might be having somebody from Chicago call in. Let me hit them up right now. I'm going to have them call in for a minute so they can talk to us about this situation. Somebody from Chicago. Somebody, hold on. Somebody just said the drop. I'm calling. So we got somebody from Chicago actually calling in, a YouTube content creator from Chicago that actually has ties to O-Block that I'm actually cool with. They're going to be calling in later to the show. Shout out. I'm going to call it. It is what it is. I appreciate you. Shout out Wilson Wilson. Shout out Wilson Wilson. With a $1 drop. I'm going to put this towards some butter. I don't even just want to say something funny. I'm going to put this towards some butter. Shout out to Wilson with the $1 drop. I actually appreciate that. Let's go. Get about 500 more of y'all to do $1 drops. Why don't everybody do a $1 drop right now? I'm just saying shit. With that being said, there was an erroneous report made. Tanique Reviews dropped it. Said something about Lil Durk and a couple of other people being mentioned. Now, with that being said, I want to say this. Lil Durk, as we know right now, a warrant is not out for him. But I do want to say this. O-Block was actually raided. What O-Block was raided for apparently had something to do with something else. I'm not 100% sure about why O-Block was raided. O-Block was raided for whatever the reason was, it has something to do with something else. But I do want to say this, and I want to be clear on this. O-Block being raided, if you do not think that that has something that Lil Durk can get mixed up in that does look like something that Lil Durk can get mixed up in. That's one. Two, O-Block got raided. I don't even know who the fuck was those dudes raiding O-Block. Do y'all know what they were? because they were straight up military. Like, they were coming, like, remember, they was like, I guess when they was like sending the people to go in, they was like, that time that dude had a bazooka. It was like, oh, bazooka. And it was like, you know what? We got to go in there with the real stuff. I'm surprised they didn't pull up with a tank or some shit. Pull up the O block. They gonna pull up the O block with a tank. They gonna pull up the O block with ninjas. Yo, man. Yo, I swear they need to get me into television, man. I need to be in television. I need to be in television. I swear I need to be in television. Imagine they was doing a raid on some neighborhood or some block that was so bad that the government had to go get ninjas. The government had a ninja division. That'd be funny and shit. They had a whole ninja division. Give me 1 second, we're gonna do roll call. Give me 1 second and we're gonna do roll call. Drop your comments. Also, we are talking about Young Thug in them. I just couldn't get it in the title. So we are talking about Young Thug also. Don't be so we can be clear. Face the Facts podcast says, evening, bro. Hope you in better spirits. For real, it is what it is. Wilson said I died something. I don't know what you're talking about. What the fuck? Rue Jones says salute BBN family Frost. On Way Entertainment TV says hit the like button. Appreciate you. Yeah, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. You think he said it like 3 or 4 times? That guy has all of the greatest ideas. Arthur D. Glass says salute BBN Frost. Alright, so let me hit up my homie, see if he's available. And if he's available, he's gonna let me know at that point. And we're gonna try to get him on, and we can talk about O Block, and we can talk about everything going on over there. So we're gonna see. I'm hitting him up right now when he contacts me. I do want to say this real quick. I'm gonna talk about Young Thug. You want to know how I told you they had Young Thug? Remember I said, yo, they got Young Thug. They absolutely got him. Did y'all hear about the tapes? Did y'all hear about the phone calls that they have allegedly with his voice? Did you hear about that yet? Did you hear that they have him basically saying, says somebody either that y'all didn't beat those guys up or shoot them yet, along those lines? He said something, I think that's like what he said almost verbatim. Did y'all hear about that? Did y'all hear about that? They have him like in a dungeon type facility? Look, I'm going to explain something. Remember I told you they said that they was going to say something about they have to keep him protected? Remember I told you that? So basically the room that they have him in, they have him in isolation 23-1. I told y'all. They got him in isolation. The cell they keeping him in, they got a light that never go off. You want to know why they got the light that never go off? So they can make sure, I'm guessing, so they can make sure that they keep an eye on him because he's on suicide watch. They got him in the room probably for that. They said they won't allow him to shave or anything else. Why would they not allow him to shave? Why wouldn't they allow him to have anything to wash up with or whatever the hell? Why would they be limiting those supplies? Why would they be limiting those supplies? This is tea, by the way, not coffee. Why would they be limiting those supplies? Torture is one reason. That's a fact. That's a fact. Torture is one reason. But you can't just torture people in the criminal justice system. You have to have a reason to explain why you're doing treatment to a prisoner. You have to have a reason. I'm not saying that it's a valid reason. I'm just saying that it has to be an actual reason. problem at it is what was explained at least sounds like constant watch. Shout out to Sons of Fathers TV. Salute. Yes. It sounds like they have him on suicide watch. It throws off your sleepings, your understanding of time. Absolutely does that. It's torture. That's why dude said it's torture. I said, yeah, it's torture. What the fuck? That's a fact. That shit is torture. That's one of the worst parts when you're in the jail in the first place. Whenever they have you in the cells and you gotta be there for long periods of times where there's no windows or nothing else. You gotta be there for like a day or two. You don't know what time. You gotta be there for hours. You don't know how the fuck long you there. You go to sleep, you wake up, you go to sleep again, you wake up. You don't know how long you been there. Sons of Fathers TV says, what is typical for the first 72 hours? No. Hold on. Hold on. They don't have him in a conventional cell. He's not with other inmates. He's not in the normal part of the jail where somebody would generally be sent to. The cell that is being described has a light in it that never goes out. He's in there by himself with only a bed and a toilet. And I guess, you know, the sink on the toilet. That's where he's at. Now, I'm assuming it's for torture purposes. I'm assuming that they're telling the courts one of two things. Either he's too dangerous to be able to be in the population because one of the charges that they actually have against him is his ability to say a thing and get somebody killed. Or say a thing and make people move. So one of two things. They're either telling the courts that they have to keep him separate for the safety of the rest of the population in the prison. And probably some people that's free. Because you do know what happened when he talks to his lawyer. His lawyer's going to start telling him about what the fucking police is doing, what the courts is doing. When the lawyer starts telling him what the courts is doing, you kind of might know who's doing what. They have to keep that guy isolated. Now, besides that, I believe he's in the same jail with YFN Lucci. And they're saying that twice he was contacted and speaking with people, allegedly, about killing YFN Lucci. So that's another reason why you would have him isolated. The second reason, that's all one reason, is because you're telling the courts when he gets wind of these charges, we believe he might want to harm himself. What up, Jay Hedges? He might want to harm himself. Oh shit, wrong button. Sorry about that. So I'm thinking that that's the way that, whether any of these things is true, I'm saying that's what they're telling the courts. Or that's the way that their Department of Corrections is operating. That's the way their jail is operating currently. That's what I believe. Because these charges that there's against him is they basically saying that he's the Godfather, right? That causes the fatigue, delusional mind, lowers your willingness to fight. Also Also, you're removed from the sun. Vitamin D, pause, is very important. You know, a person's mood can be controlled by the freaking by their nutrition. Your mood can be controlled by your nutrition. That's why I'm always mindful of when I'm around people that encourage for me to eat well and exercise. I wish I would have been able to see this as too late. I can't watch it during the show. Damn. What up, Daniel Collects? Those are wartime tactics used to break them. They've been doing that to people in prisons for forever. They've been doing that to people in jail forever. That's what they've been doing. Like people like Pistol Pete and everybody, they've been doing that forever in jail. Daniel Collect says, on my way to work, I work at a strip club. Okay, salute to that. Hope it's a good night. 456 Casino said that man is not going to be getting out of jail. That district attorney and prosecutors throwing him under the jail. They said that they believe that YSL is responsible for 75 to 80% of the violent crime in Atlanta. You know what that tells? What does that tell you when they say that? What does that tell you? When the district, when you heard that, I want to gotta put it down there before I tell you what I think. Let's have a conversation before I tell you what I think. What does that tell you when the district attorney says they believe that YSL is responsible for 75 to 80% of the violent crimes in Atlanta? What does that tell you? Also, we got 96 people in here. Can we hit that like button, please? Send out some notifications. What does that tell you? Let's try to get our numbers up to like 150 or something. Huh? No, YSL is the gang. It's not him by himself. So everything cannot be his fault. But when she says YSL is responsible for 75 to 80% of the violent crime in Atlanta, that kind of tells me that they have a lot of cases that point at YSL, that they might be able to get YSL on. If they're saying that these people are responsible for 75 to 80% of the crimes, yeah, they've been watching them since 2012. If they're saying that these dudes is responsible for 75 to 80% of the crimes, you do understand that means that some of these crimes, most likely, they can prove. Guess who's in the RICO? You get it? Let me explain what they're doing. This is what they're doing. The justice system of America. This is why I keep telling you how to stay away from these murders. I just tell you what it is. They're having you guys. But they don't want to come in until they could get it in a RICO. Because some of the evidence that they have, they might not be able to use unless it's a RICO charge. So literally, you dudes keep doing all of these murders. Murders. What do you think is going to happen? They already got big-ass dossier in your whole clique. They know what everybody into. They know what everybody doing. They got a ton of evidence. If it went to state, they can't use it. They got a shitload of evidence. If it was a state case, they can't use it. Only way they can use it if it's a RICO case. Only way they can use it. So what do? They wait. Keep collecting evidence. Oh man, there's 15 cases we can solve right now. But we can't solve those because this evidence won't be allowed. That evidence won't be allowed. And then what happened? Some murders happened. They could connect the RICO. Boom. Now all of that extra evidence could be allowed. Now those crimes right there that we might not been able to get them on those crimes. Because they was being good criminals when they committed those crimes. They was being pretty good criminals. But now, because they, some other dude killed that guy over there, and they all in the same jump off, and the big boss man that sent them to go do this also sent those guys to go do that, and we could connect this with that and that and this, and now we can throw them in the RICO and we can smash everything. This is what's happening. 456 Casino said exactly, you're 100% right, Frost. This is what's happening. I keep telling y'all, stay up. Okay, real quick. New York City drill. Why did they drill? When did they start really arresting the gangs? How often do we see gangs arrested only for drugs now? We don't really see that. You don't really see that, right? You don't even really see that, right? You don't see that. You know what you see? Gangs getting arrested because somebody gets killed. So now they go bust people, and when they bust them, they end up also getting drugs. Tell me where the lie at. Gotta get some more tea. So when you say that they was involved, YSL, with 75 to 80% of the crimes in Atlanta, violent crimes in Atlanta, that's not even talking about the other crimes. They're just talking about the violent crimes. How many of those crimes you think they could prove? Now they finally got a RICO going on YSL. How many of those crimes you think is going to be in this particular that's going to be in this particular RICO? They got 28 people right now. They're estimating between 2015 and 2022, YSL was a party of 50 plus murders. How would they not have a number like that? How could they have a number like that? You get it? So, got a question. Who thinks, I'm not saying he is or he isn't, but who thinks YFN Lucci is snitching? I'm just asking. And when I say snitching, I mean, I don't even know, is that really snitching? Like, if somebody sends somebody to come kill you and shit, and your people say something on the internet, like, we know it was you, and letting the government, like, I don't know, is that snitching? I don't know if that's snitching. I don't know if that's snitching. I don't know if that's snitching. I love Google Drive. Google Drive is dope. Yeah, I know what Google Drive is, right? Yeah, so when I hear them say 100, when I hear them say 75 to 80% of the crimes, like how like you gotta understand what they're really saying is we have a lot of crimes that we believe we could connect to these guys. Chirac Rapper says it's not snitching, but he's supposed to keep a lip on what he says. Good point. Good point. Good point. Appreciate you. Good point. Not like what's this dude name? Not like what Taxstone did when his lawyer wrote the letter to the judge talking about all the crimes that they believe Troy Ave was involved in, right? Not like that, right? That was bananas. That was bananas. That was bananas. No, Dorian Smith, so somebody trying to kill you, not supposed to say nothing? No, I mean, civilians should always say something. What we're saying is that these dudes are supposed to be gang dudes. And gang guys, people that support the gangs, they're not supposed to ask the police for assistance. So therefore, they're not supposed to talk about who's trying to kill them or not, because they're supposed to handle it themselves. And that's what the question was actually asking. So what happened was, after the situation went by, when he was, they tried to attack him, he was almost killed. His IG posted some things that, whatever they was kind of alluded to, Young Thug or whatever the case was. And I said, is that snitching or not? And Chirac Rapper responded, it's not snitching, but he's supposed to keep a limit on what he says. And that's what we're saying. I hope that gives you a better understanding of what that whole interaction was about. O Block being raided. Does anybody think Lil Durk should be concerned? O Block being raided. Does anybody think Lil Durk should be concerned? O Block being raided. Does anybody think Lil Durk should be concerned? Dorian Smith says, I get it now. Peace, Frost. All right, okay. You're leaving after I answered the question. I'm happy I answered your question. What up, Mr. West? Says, no, he's a police officer. Okay, that's your opinion. I don't know. We got one person that made a good point, said he could speak on it. Just can't say too much. That sounds like something that falls in line with some street hood shit. You could talk, but not too much. Chirac Rapper says, most definitely he trying to stay low, but he's going to get him for older stuff. You talking about Durk's real issue, not for nothing. Durk's real issue, okay, so nobody is concerned that whatever that gun problem is that he has in Atlanta just disappeared and nothing's happening with it. Nobody's concerned about that. Like, nobody's thinking about that. Nobody's thinking about that Atlanta gun shit, that it just, nobody's thinking about that. I mean, yeah, your lawyers could keep shit pushed back for a long time, but how many years has it been? Nobody's thinking about that. Like, that's not concerning anybody. Like, nobody's concerned. Like, yeah, he's on the outside so they can keep pushing it back with paperwork. Don't get me confused. But nobody's concerned. The one in Atlanta involving him and King Vaughn. Nobody's concerned? Like, that they haven't been to court? I'm not talking about him being convicted or exonerated. I'm saying, woman, like, what the fuck? I haven't even heard nothing about that case in like 3 or 4 years. Like, what the hell's going on? That was some before the pandemic shit. Tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me where I'm wrong. That was like some before the pandemic shit. He's just so I mean I would be a little concerned with that, but not too much. I don't know. I don't know. Is anybody concerned with that? I'm curious. It's just more tea. It's just this cup is prettier than the one I was drinking today. Oh, also, prayers go out to Buffalo, New York. Prayers go out to Buffalo, New York. For everybody that don't know, there was a mass shooting in Buffalo, New York. It involved a white supremacist. He went to a predominantly black neighborhood. He went to a supermarket which serves a majority of black people. 10 people is reported to be dead, others injured, and he was arrested without, just arrested. He wasn't beat up, shot, nothing. He was just arrested. Not that I want anything to happen. I'm just saying he was just arrested. Shout out to that shit. Hmm. Sorry, looking at the thing. Sorry, you're looking at a thing. Okay. No, I'm not leaving. I was saying peace, brother. Okay. Stop hitting on the female mods. I should start hitting on them first, and then as soon as I start hitting on the female mods, I'll then promptly stop. No, I wasn't even talking. I'm sorry about that. I was looking at a thing. I was trying to figure out if I was gonna speak on it or not. But once again, there was a situation that happened in Buffalo. Our prayers go out to everybody in Buffalo that has been affected. There was a white supremacist. He went to Buffalo. I think they said he came from like 10 miles away, some wild shit. So he went to Buffalo to a predominantly black area. He shot up a supermarket that is frequented by mostly black people. Mostly black people. Appreciate you, Dorian Smith. Mostly black just want to mention this too. There was another situation. This is funny. There was another situation where a little white kid went up to a black kid's door to whip, start whipping the door. I'm sorry that I'm talking about both of these situations in conjunction. Start whipping the door. The audio is glitchy. It's bad. Is it bad? Ain't nothing I can do about it. It is what it is currently. I hope it clears up. So listen. The kid goes to the door, he whipping the door. Just bananas. The moms come out and like, get out of here, the police. The little kid leaves, and on the way leaving, scratches their car. The husband goes over to talk to the father, like, yo, what the fuck is up with your little kid out here? Whoop his ass. Up there like, yo, what's up with this kid out here? Whoop his ass. So while they talking, the white dude, he start getting crazy. He pulls out a gun. A shot ends up going off, almost hits the guy's kid. The white guy ends up going to jail. Now he's getting charged with a felony because his kid went and started whipping on some guy's dog. Raise your kids better. I keep telling y'all, we gotta show love to the kids. We gotta do better by the children. Gotta raise the kids better, man. You just got to. And the only way we could really do that is by example. It's bad. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know what to, I don't know how to. If it fixes, I don't know what to. If it fixes, let me know. I don't know how to fix it. Hold on. Let me look and see how it sounds myself. I want to see how bad it sounds. If it sounds too bad, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Might have to restart the show. But I don't like doing that because then everybody don't come back. Niggas be like, man, I'm out of here. And I can't even be mad at that. Man, I don't know what I'm going to do. Might have to restart the show. I mean, I'm hearing it pretty decent on this. I don't like doing that because then everybody don't come back. Niggas be like, man, I'm out of here. And I can't even be mad at that. All right, maybe I fixed it. Maybe I fixed it. Maybe I fixed it. Shout out to that shit. Bang, zoom. Thank you for telling me there was a problem. We fixed it. So now this dude is about to spend a whole bunch of time in jail because his kid whipped the door. So raise your kids better, man. How we do that is by example. So we should be trying to be the best example. You understand what I'm saying? It's a shame that individuals walk around thinking the way to be an adult is to try to be the worst human being you could possibly be. But that's the world we live in. The world we live in is where people, people don't generally want to. Teamwork makes the dream work, makes the stream work. Nice guy. Got network. Yeah, like people, they like, it's crazy. like it's bananas. Like it's just fucking bananas. I be looking, I be like, what in the hell? I be like, so you just always choose violence, like always. So you always choose to be a dickhead. I be just thinking about that sometimes. You gotta be looking at people like, you always choose to be a dickhead. Just always. Yeah, okay. Okay, I mean, I don't know. Roscoe said, had to park before I commented. How you, what interstate you on, Roscoe? Had to park before I commented, but help. But hell yes, Durk should be concerned. He better hope Beatz is as solid as people think he is, because Zoo is looking at numbers in Chicago. The Fed's depending on it. I think also you gotta understand, isn't there are quite a few people from Durk's camp locked up right now? Especially after the FBG Duck situation. Aren't there a few people locked up in Durk's camp right now, especially after the FBG Duck situation? I'm great. Right? And then Beatz gets arrested, 3 switches, and then this next day or the same day, O Block is raided? How do y'all feel about that? How do you feel about that? I already told y'all what they want to do to O Block. There was so much love for O Block to be a tourist attraction. It's just too dangerous. They don't want it to get clean. They just want people to be able to go there and not get killed. That's it. Only way to do that is to remove the people that's doing the senseless violence. Roscoe said, O Block is a different set than where Beatz is from. Okay. Beatz is a Lil Durk affiliate, correct? Beatz is actually THF, right? I mean TWF, right? Right? TWF, right? You listen? Beatz is actually TWF, right? Beatz is a Durk affiliate, right? Durk affiliate, Beatz gets locked up. O Block gets raided shortly after. If anybody gets locked up in any other neighborhood or set gets raided shortly after, I would think it's connected, whether they're from the same hood or not. Especially if they got common factors. So I'm not saying that's the reason. But dude got picked up, he had 3 switches on him. I'm assuming y'all getting kicked about now. Beatz says Vaughn and Durk still have a pending case in Atlanta as well together. Yes. How long has that case been pending? How long has that case been pending? How long has that case been pending? I don't think people really truly understand, any of us, the lengths the government goes to keep what they consider to be law and order. I don't think any of us understand the lengths that they go to. I'm telling y'all right now, man. Roscoe says they all talk in the end when them numbers start getting thrown around. Nobody trying to do 20 or better. I don't believe that they're gonna. I think they already told this dude. I think they already told this dude that he's gonna be facing life. Period. And I think that's why he's in the cell for to make sure that he don't kill himself. I think he's already being informed about the life. I think his lawyer already told him that that's a possibility. And I think that's why they have him in that room. That's why everybody keeps saying torture. And I'm like, well, Vaughn's case died, but Durk was the one who had the gun. David Yasmin says, if Young Thug wiretap allegedly suggests orders to commit violent crimes and he's locked up, 6ix9ine is right about Jim Jones as an informant. How is 6ix9ine right about Jim Jones as an informant? Stop. How is Jim Jones right about 6ix9ine as an informant? Explain. Everybody else comment. I just want him to stop. I need for him to explain before I want to understand what you're saying before I respond. Just so we can be clear. Explain. How if what? I don't know. No. Jim Jones did not give orders to shoot the security guard. That's not the truth. You're adding shit. You're adding context. That would not fly in court because that's not what he said. There would be so many objections. That wouldn't even fly in court. That would be objected to so fast. Now explain to me how. That's not going to fly in court. You got to tell me something that's going to fly in court. The other response was Jim Jones was giving orders. He was not giving orders. He was not giving orders to shoot. Yes, I did hear the audio. I reported on the audio. I heard on the audio, and I talked about it numerous times. He did not give orders to shoot. You don't even know what he said. You're just saying an approximation of what you believe to him to have said. You can't say that in court. You're just saying an approximation of what you believe him to have said. You're not saying what he actually said. This is why I don't want to go on Clubhouse. Because this is all people do. Not trying to knock you, but this is what they do. They say an approximation of what someone said, and then that's their argument. He tried putting it on Vaughn and had him killed so he couldn't talk about it in the long run. I was talking about that earlier. I had some people believe that he had Vaughn killed. I got some people that don't believe it. He didn't suggest violence towards 6ix9ine. Okay, so let's actually hear what happened, because you're not dealing with me fairly. See how you're not talking honestly? You're not talking honestly. I asked you something and you're not responding back to me honestly. I don't understand how we gotta have a conversation. See, when I respond back to you honestly, you're gonna respond back to me dishonestly and you're gonna have me talking in circles. So when you decide to respond back to me honestly, then we'll have the conversation, or due respect. Chirac rapper says he tried. We don't know for certain that he has something to do with King Born. That's actually what the misinformation was that was put out today by Tanika Reviews. We don't know. We don't know definitively if that's what it was. Zeus Solid. Yazin says Zeus Solid. He not snitching. Okay. I believe a lot of these dudes is not gonna snitch. Why you think why you think them other dudes got 60 years? Why you think how many years did Rondo number 9 get? Why you think these dudes got 50 and 60 years? Because they wasn't snitching or helping. So do I believe that other people are gonna not snitch? Absolutely. How old was Rondo when he got locked up? Like 18, 19 years old or some shit like that? God dang it. He's gonna spend his whole entire adult life in prison. Yep, C-Day and Rondo number 9 got 38 years and 39 years, respectively. Yeah. They're going to spend their whole adult lives in prison. Yeah, Chicago dudes is lawyer. That's why I said I don't. One of them did snitch though. They got caught because of C-Day. I think C-Day dropped his phone and then the chick snitched on them. And then everybody threw Rondo number 9 under the bus. Yasin says, and Durk stay around known killers. Gotta have protection, man. Yeah, he dropped his phone in the cab. Imagine being locked up in jail and thinking the only reason why I'm locked up is because the idiot I did the crime with dropped his phone in the cab. You're not even answering the question. No, I'm not responding back to you. You're not answering the question. You're just talking in circles. I'm going to tell you what Jim Jones said. Mel Matrix said a thing happened. Jim Jones said, oh, wow. Then you gotta violate him. Mel Matrix was like, yeah, he gotta get violated. Jim Jones said, yeah, super violated. Mel Matrix said, yeah, super duper violated. And then they was talking a little bit more. And then he said, he's gonna have security. And then a thing was said where he said, you can shoot through security or security can get shot through. That's not somebody saying to do a thing. That's literally having a conversation about something. That's not saying, yo, go shoot through the security. That's not saying, yo, go shoot Tekashi. That's not saying that. That's not going to fly in court. Y'all guys, that's why I keep trying to tell y'all. Y'all spend so much time believing people who be lying that y'all don't even understand there's certain things that people say that's their feelings. It has nothing to do with what actually happened. It's their feelings. I mean, saloon is open. If somebody pull up to the saloon, we'll call it as a drop. Saloon's open. Anybody want to pull up? We in the saloon tonight. I wasn't even thinking about it, so I'm making sure that nobody didn't, because I could have just. So I'm looking right now to make sure. No, all right. Yeah, so no, that's not somebody saying to do something. Yeah, it was fake. Oh yeah, fake Durk Warrant. Shout out to Tanique Reviews. He's the one that put the information out. We was talking about it this morning, and we was actually talking about. Actually, it was a really good conversation. I thought it was a dope conversation. We talked about a lot of different things and a lot of different possibilities if this is happening and that is happening. And we talked about a lot of things that are actually happening. I thought it was a pretty good conversation. Okay, so I know you think having a conversation is you asking me question after question after question after question, but that's not a conversation. You give some context to something. Don't keep asking me questions. All right? You give context to something. Like when I'm talking to you, I give context to something, and then I say a thing. You give context to something. Show that you have an imagination. Show that you have a understanding of what actually happened. Because if all you can do is ask questions, there's no certainty that even if I answer the questions, you have any understanding. Yasin says, all them dudes you see Durk with that got OTF chains and known killers and loyal. Yeah. I don't think if anything was to happen and somebody was to try to implicate Durk into a crime, I don't believe it's going to be anybody from his actual camp. God Network says, whoever is talking shit about Jim Jones, just stop it. The Jim Jones perfect work was proven to be as fake as a $3 bill. Leave that man alone. Something wrong with them people. Y'all keep saying Durk knows how to move. I promise you, if they wanted Little Durk, if he was committing any crimes, and they wanted Little Durk, I promise you, they can come get him right now. Y'all need to stop underestimating the federal government. Y'all do know all of these people y'all swear is moving correctly and ain't nobody gonna catch them up until they have a warrant for them, right? Y'all do know this, right? Y'all say that about every rapper. Y'all do know that, right? I do think Durk is moving smart. I just don't think you can move smart enough if you're breaking the law. I think it all has to deal with whether it's whether it's worth it or not for them to come after you. That's what I think it is. I think that's always what it boils down to. Is it worth it or not? That's it. Is it worth it or not? It's almost always what I promise you, that's what it boils down to more than you think it does. I promise you. Wait, hold on. I keep lowering this shit. I don't like when it goes that way. Hold on. There we go. I don't know. That's better. I think that's better. Roscoe said, if anybody could bring Durk down, Mimo could be the one, and he has every reason to if he wanted to rap. Why you saying Mimo has every reason to? I just don't think, I think to a degree, certain people just ain't gonna do that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, niggas ain't moving like that. You understand what I'm saying? I think a lot of rappers is gonna have. I think a lot of rappers are gonna be in trouble because of the situation that's happening in Atlanta. That's just my opinion. And the reason why I think that is because a lot of rappers have ties to Atlanta now. Roscoe says he knows the inner circle very well when they jumped his man in Atlanta. Hold on. Mill Soul Clock says Durk brother died and it was consequences. It was hot in Chicago. The feds could have went for him. Hold on. God Network says sorry, but I'm not clear whether it was false or not. I'm guessing yes, judging by the title. Well, when I talked about it earlier, I made sure I put allegedly in the title. Whenever you see me put allegedly in the title, that's just some information that I got, and we're doing a video on it. That's like saying it's an allegedly video. I don't know if this is what's going on, but we're going to have a discussion. That's all it is. I mean, I've told people that previously. So if you ever see a video that says allegedly, it's not something that is, I have any factual, I heard something somewhere. I don't know whether to believe the source or not, but I want to have a discussion about it. That's basically what an allegedly is. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, I've said Lil Durk allegedly has a warrant out for him. I don't know if there was a warrant out for him or not. I looked to try to find. I couldn't, but I was like, you know what? This is still a good conversation to have. They killed the dude that killed Durk's brother. Okay, those guys might sound like they asked for it, right? Tanika Reviews is a guy, I think. Tanika Reviews is a guy. That's the second time I used Tanika Reviews info, and both times it was bad. But I like the conversation we had, because what I'm assuming is going to happen pretty soon is I wouldn't be surprised if there isn't going to be a warrant going out for rappers just in general. Maybe not Durk, but for rappers in general. The only reason why I think Durk is generous. That's just gonna that's gonna keep the government off you. That's gonna keep the government off you. I think it's dangerous just giving money out in the hood. That's just dangerous. But Durk probably is also involving himself in other escapades that involves giving back to the community or things here and there. Like, what you don't understand is these rappers, the smartest thing that these rappers could do once they start making some money is to figure out a way to give back to law enforcement. I promise you. Do that. That's one of the things I learned from my pops. I'm going to tell you something. So my pops owned a business most of my life, and there was a period of time he used to live in Executive Towers. And there was a period of time that he used to give to, like, some benevolent associations, things or whatever. So they give you a card, right? So that shit work. I'm telling you right now, that shit work. Because I got picked up more than once. And, you know, I'm a kid, 20 years old, 19, 20 years old. And I get stopped and the police pull my wallet out and going through my wallet and see the card. And just give me a pat on the back. You know what I'm saying? Get out of here. Slap on the wrist. Stay out of trouble. Throw that bill. Get out of here. Slap on the wrist. Yeah. For real, for real. Slap on the wrist. Boom. Get out of here. Stop walking around with an open beer bottle or whatever the fuck I could have been doing while they was messing with me. Yeah, so that first thing I would do is fucking, especially like, let me live somewhere. Like, if I live somewhere and we have like not a, you know, big fucking police force, obviously, but if I live somewhere like in a small town or something like that, hell yeah, I'm donating to the fucking sheriff's office. Are you crazy? Y'all niggas need some new police cars. Hell yeah, I'm donating to the sheriff's office. I'm gonna make sure that when I fucking dial 911, y'all niggas is at my door. Matter of fact, one of y'all niggas, my family needs to be protected. I'm not gonna always be home if I have a family. Matter of fact, even if I don't have a family, I got stuff. My stuff needs to be protected. when I'm not at home. What the fuck are you talking about? Go move to one of these small ass towns. You know what? We got a house across the street. We gonna have one of the one of the fucking deputies live there with his family. We'll make sure my neighborhood is protected. What the fuck are you talking about? Niggas be weird. Niggas be like, yo, now I'm gonna have the guys protect. I'm gonna have the hood protect my family. I'm gonna get the guy. Nah. Then you be ended up you find out your wife get pregnant and shit. Your kid come out looking like Felipe and shit. You be like, well, we're both black and shit. Your kid come out with the straightest of hairs. You don't know what the fuck is happening. Whatever. I don't know, but we had this shit. I had to jump off of my wallet, and I got stopped numerous times. And boom, it was good. I ain't gonna lie, it was good bread. I appreciate it. Shout out to my pops for giving me those. And after that, I realized yes, it's very important. Like I live in a gated community. You let me start doing well enough that I could donate to whatever the fucking hell yeah. What the fuck are you talking about? Hell yeah, fuck you talking about? Shit. You better yeah, that's what we're supposed to be doing. When you move into a community, you're supposed to try your best to integrate yourself into that community. And one of the ways that you're supposed to integrate yourself is also financially. So you're supposed to come into a community and you're supposed to spend money in that community. Wow. It's a fact. And I think that that's one of the reasons why people don't necessarily like certain individuals moving into the communities because they don't come in and bring anything all the time. Or at least the people that live there don't feel like you do. You might come in and bring something, but it might be something that your demographic appreciates and this other demographic doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Said they don't work in Chicago. Well, they ain't trying to stop nobody in Chicago anyway. Them guys are shooting up the block. God Network says Durk and others need to create a charitable organization in order to give back to the hood and scholarships, etc. That would assist them and reclaim the money exchange and giving them reclaim the crime. Well, first of all, we're not gonna applaud anybody paying the police to commit crimes. We're not gonna do that. We're also not gonna accuse anybody of paying the police to commit crimes. We're not gonna do that. We are gonna acknowledge that that's a thing that exists, though. That's what we're gonna do. So that's what I'm gonna assume that you were doing, because that's what I'm doing. I think independent of whether he's doing anything to giving back to the police in any way or whatever the fuck, I think it's always good whenever we try to invest in the children in the community, whatever we can, whether it's financially or whether it's motivationally or just intellectually, like whatever it is that we could try to hand back or down. We should always try to move in that direction. That's a fact. Don't let anybody lie to you. Yeah, that's a fact. Don't let anybody lie to you. But no, we're not gonna we're not gonna act like it's okay to pay. We're gonna pay the police and then go commit all of the crimes. We're not gonna act like that's a cool thing. We're not here for that. Copy. We're not here for that. Niggas be like, yo, you know what? We got some. We plan on doing some things. So even though that is the way the shit works, that's not. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get a set of drink in 2 seconds. Even though that is the way the shit work, like we're not gonna advocate for that though. Because remember, some of these crimes that's being committed is destroying our communities, right? So check this out. I want to say something. This is going to be totally out of left field. So I'm scrolling through Instagram and I see these people making their own damn pastries. I see, this is going to be totally from left field. I'm scrolling through Instagram and I see people making their own damn pastries. You don't understand how badly I want to make my own damn pastries now. I'm going to figure out how to make my own damn pastry so I can make the pastry I like. It's going to have blueberries in it, I promise you. Not paying for the police laugh out loud as a way of legally giving back without being accused of dirt, financial crime in the hood. Yeah, no, nah, we're not paying people to commit crimes and shit. Yeah, no, we're not paying the police so we can commit crimes. We're not gonna advocate for that. What we are gonna advocate for is, let me plug this damn thing before this battery died. A lot of people are accusing Durk of having something to do with the passing away of King Von. I think it's an interesting topic. No, I got you, God Network. I agree with you also, by the way. I agree with you also, by the way. I 100% agree with you. 100%. Just so we can be clear. Hey, can we hit that like button? We got 90 people in here currently. We can get up to like 70 likes, right? Can we hit that like button? Not probably not 70, but you said Durk. I'm pretty sure Durk already does charitable shit. That's a fact. Dude, he came and gave $100,000 to the hood, man. I'm pretty sure he's doing charitable things. He just want Durk to buy the police. He want Durk to be walking around with a big ass fucking big ass sign talking about police come here for all of your what is he gonna say? Bribes here. You have a sign. He want Durk walking around with a picket sign in fucking Chicago with a damn arrow pointed down towards him, and it says bribes. It's gonna say bribes here with an arrow pointed down at Durk. For the police, all of the bribes. I don't think he's gonna be able to do that, homie. I don't think that's gonna be respected. I'm pretty sure he's doing something. I'm pretty sure they were doing something. Gunna was doing one of the dopest things. He was giving away food in the schools and giving away free stuff in the schools. I want to go back to my old school so bad and do something. Like, you don't have the slightest idea how bad I want to go back and do something. I just want to do anything, like anything. I just want to go do anything. I want to go there and tell them, why don't we have a freaking, I want to go do some dope shit. Like, you don't understand. I had the position, but it didn't. Oh man, if only. Like, I know what I want to do. I don't want to talk about it though, because I don't want nobody to steal the idea. Might be able to get us a TV show. Might be able to get us a TV show. It's a dope idea, I promise you. I was waiting for. Oh man, it's a dope idea. I promise you. I would have to wait anyway. Wouldn't be ready to do it until like September anyway. Beat that booty. Oh, beat that body. Yeah, people keep telling me about it. I gotta connect with this homie from Philly. I got a YouTube content guy from Philly. He really be trying to fuck with me, and he has pretty good content. And he does way better numbers than me, obviously, but he has pretty good content. I need somebody to do a podcast with for real. I need somebody I got chemistry with though. I'm not gonna force it. I know what chemistry is. God Network says, excuse me, with all due respect to anybody, like I know what chemistry is. I need somebody I feel comfortable with chemistry. I don't wanna I wanna do something special. God Network says, so do I if my grade 9 math teacher, gym teacher, grade 10 science and math teacher are still there. I couldn't stand them. The feeling was mutual. Kidding. Ha ha. Okay. Boom. Only teacher I'm only mad at one teacher that was in that whole entire school, and that was because you see when you the quiet kid. You should mess with my boy Mr. Skinny. Shout out to Mr. Skinny on YouTube. Is Mr. Skinny cool? I would love to have people I could go back and forth with. It's just that the side of YouTube I'm on, people they wanna like just be friends with you so they could, yo, let's argue next week. I don't wanna argue. I'm trying to get back to a place mentally. I don't wanna argue with nobody. I don't wanna have senseless back and forths where people just being argumentative. Like I want to have conversations with people. I want to have discussions. I don't want to have arguments. Yeah, and all people want to do is argue. It's always an argument. It's always a reason to be mad at somebody. It's always a reason why somebody got to tell somebody else why they hate them. It's never a reason why somebody should say why they love somebody. It's never a reason why somebody should say, you know what, we had a disagreement or we don't get along or whatever. I'm just gonna go over here and let you go over there and go about our lives. You understand what I'm saying? It's always I gotta get even. It's always I gotta do this evil thing. Like so, I don't really want to. I just don't like. I'm not gonna lie. Like a lot of my joy in life is 100% just it's stolen. Like I just look at people and I'm not gonna lie to you. I just look at people and I just think I try not to, but people are just evil, and it's not even for a reason. It's like people are literally, like generally speaking, like this is just how I feel. I could be wrong, but I feel like people are just generally waiting for opportunity to do evil shit to somebody. Like they just sitting there and waiting. So if you just walk up to like the average person you know and you say you want to do something evil to somebody else, like they with it. Like they can't wait. Like, they were bored. Let's go ruin that person for no. Let's go do that. So that's how I feel people are. I I don't know. Like I don't. That's just what I see. I don't know what to tell you. Not all people, obviously, but the amount of people that I come into contact with that dedicate their life to evil is crazy. Yo, tell him I want to interview Kwame Brown and Gilbert Arena on actual NBA though. Yeah, he real cool. I started off in his community when he was doing the sneaker stuff. And he does both now. Conscious Community. God Network. I've been knowing him 5-6 years. Salute to the dude. I would like to be able to have people that I could collab with. I just don't want to argue. I think that we could have a good conversation without us being staunchly on one side or the other. I want to discuss the topic. I don't want to debate your knowledge on the topic. You understand? Does that make sense? Like, I don't want to debate how much you know about whatever the fuck we're talking about. I want to discuss the topic. And maybe we could break ground and have new understandings. So that's what I want to do. But people want to argue. So, like, what the fuck, yo? Don't get it. I appreciate that, No Limit. Also, you know, I got my IG or whatever. I love to just converse with anybody that is not a YouTube channel that want to argue. Yeah, any of the YouTube channels that just ain't about arguing all day and beefing back and forth with people, I would love that, being in the communications with any of those guys. I don't want to argue. I'm at a place in my life right now where I don't want to do it no arguing. I don't know what to tell you. What the fuck was here and why isn't it there no more? We 82 minutes into the show. Anything y'all want to discuss specifically? That does not have to do with me personally or my personal life. Anything y'all want to discuss, put it in the chat. I'm not trying to get off. It's only 83 minutes in. It's not even an hour and a half into the show. What's that? An hour and 23 minutes. Thug Wiretap. We went over it. We could discuss it. Let me know what your feelings on it. Put it into the chat. Like I said, from what I heard on the Thug Wiretap, hold on. What I heard about it, let's go get a thing. I don't want to play DJ Academics. Okay, so I'll just discuss it. I don't have nothing to actually read from, so I just discuss it what I know about it. So what they're saying is this, and somebody brought up and I'll just say what this is involved. So what they're saying is this. Oh, he didn't have a chance before the wiretap. No, he was already okay. So look, this is what they're saying. Okay, okay, so do you want me to explain why the wiretap is important? There's a lot of different points here. Do you want me to explain why the wiretap is important? Does anybody do you want me to explain why I think the wiretap is important? Does anybody know why the wiretap is important? That's the first question. Anybody in here have an idea about why the wiretap is so important? The wiretap is shit important. The wiretap is important. You have no idea how important the wiretap is. The wiretap might be the single most important evidence that they've even spoken about so far. And it's probably a top 5 most important evidence in all of the evidence that they have all together, even the shit they haven't told us about yet. Yo, what up, Mr. Skinny? Hey, we got Mr. Skinny up in here. What up, my brother? How you doing? Yo, somebody put my Instagram in the chat. I could flag who? I could flag who? Somebody put my Instagram in the chat. How you doing there, Mr. Skinny? Somebody can put my Instagram in the chat for this brother. Wait, some person have my videos with Cash App up. What are you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Whatever you're talking about, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. Or she. I don't know what. I don't know. Tibby. So I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. So, if you know about it, go flag the shit. I don't know what you're talking about. Go flag the shit. If you know about it, go flag it. If you know about some video out there where somebody's doing some weirdo shit to me, go get 15 of y'all and go flag the fucking video. Please don't tell me about the video. Go flag the shit. Don't tell me about it. The hell? Shout out to me. I don't know what nobody is talking about. Somebody got my. Is that why nobody donates to my page no more? Because somebody has my Cash App up on some other channel? There's nothing I can do about that. There's nothing I can do about that. Nah. Don't call out the page. Don't call out nobody's page on my channel. Don't call out nobody's page on my channel. Please don't call out nobody's page on my channel. If you see it, go do something about it. He got his Cash App up where? What the fuck are you talking about? All right, now you go, Oceanic. No, don't go search. Oh, man, whatever. Look, I don't care about whatever you're talking about. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about none of that. Please don't tell me about nothing that people is doing over there. I don't care about none of that. I hope they blessed. I don't care about none of that. I hope they stay blessed. I don't care about none of that. I got my own situations. I don't care what's going on with any of whatever those people is doing. All right. Please don't. I'm just gonna erase this comment. Please don't. Just leave it alone. Don't. I'm gonna kick you, and then I'm going to let you come back so all of your comments are deleted. Yeah, I don't care about none of that. All right, let's get back to it. What y'all want to But the what y'all want to talk about? Get back to it. Whatever that person is talking about, I don't care about that. I don't care about that. What y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Yeah, what y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Yeah, I don't care about that. I don't got nothing to do with that. I can't. What the fuck? People got mental health disorders, man. I can't do that. All right, nobody kicked you. Now I'm kicking you. Boom. There you go. There you go. But y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Somebody asked me a question. I was answering when whatever that foolishness started. Apologies. Definitely come salute. Let us shoot the top of that. Hold on, I'm going back up. Didn't have a chance for the tap. I think he was done before the wide tap. All right, so this is the problem. This is what's gonna happen. Remember, they already have two other situations where they're trying to say that he gave the okay for somebody to kill YF and Lucci. They're gonna use this thing that he said on that wiretap, and both of those two pieces of evidence is gonna work in conjunction with one another. So they 100% now have him on the YFN Lucci attempted murder twice. They're going to use that evidence in conjunction with the YFN Lucci evidence. They have him twice. They're going to be because they're going to have they have him twice. Period. Sorry for all the Young Thug fans. They got him twice. Just on that. And that's for the attempt murder. And that also puts him as in the racketeering charge, and that's I believe 20 to, well, generally it's 20 to life. I know they're trying to give him life. They're trying to get that man life. Shout out to God Network. He says, on a good note, I accidentally clicked out of the live stream and got 2 15-second ads to watch before I got back in. You know what? That's one way that people could do that. And that'll, whenever you got to go to the bathroom or something, do that shit and get me some ads. That's a fact. That's much appreciated. Salute the God Network. Yo, Mr. Skinny, is you still in here, my brother? Would you like to call in? That's why I told you to, that's why I was trying to get y'all to send him my Instagram. And he could call in on, he could hit me up on Instagram right now if you want to weigh in on this shit. Or if he has a different topic we could weigh in on. Yeah, if you want to call in. What if exclusive drops? I had to put it on. I know a lot of y'all probably can't talk. I got people, I got an admin that's blocking everybody. The admin hasn't popped their head up, so I can't unadmin them. But I got an admin that's blocking everybody. So if you can't chat in here, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about that. I got to get to, my computer broke. I got to get to a new computer before I can fix that problem. So if you ever come into the chat and you cannot comment and you know that me and you did not have any back and forth, that's because I have somebody that's literally doing that. It's not because I kicked you. And I believe it's more than one person, not for nothing. So, got my own shit. I got problems, just problems. Anyway. I need to monitor so bad. Yeah, I got a lot of problems. They trying to make it so don't nobody donate to the channel. Don't nobody donate to the channel anymore. So I don't know what to tell you. I don't get donations no more. So I don't know what to tell you. If they see somebody donate, they kick them. So the person think I kicked them. So the person don't come back to my channel no more. And apparently, me talking about it is me crying and complaining. So I just gotta suffer. So that's that. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. What y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Anything? I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to let y'all go in a minute. What do y'all talk about? Put it in the chat. I'm gonna have to let y'all go in a minute, man. We talked about Buffalo earlier. We could go over that again. White supremacist drives, I think they said 10 miles to a predominantly black neighborhood. He goes into a supermarket that had predominantly black people in it. 10 people were killed. What are you sorry for? There's no reason to be sorry. You brought up a thing. We're going back over it. Why not? 10 people were killed. 8 of the people who were killed were black. I'm guessing the other 2 was of a different nationality. Police arrested them without anything happening. They just arrested them. I have 0 relationship advice for anyone. I know nothing about women. I have 0 relationship advice. And then on top of that, I generally don't talk to women at all in public. And even though I've never talked to nobody, I still have a group of people running around trying to tell people that I stalk and harass women, even though I don't never talk to any. So, I don't know what to tell you. Alright, that's what it is. Yeah, so I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I literally never talk to anybody. But apparently there's a group of people out there telling people that I harass women and stalk women. I don't even talk to nobody. I don't know what to tell you. Alright, yeah, send me the IG. I don't even talk to nobody, so I don't know what to tell you. Literally, you can ask anybody that lives in my neighborhood. I literally don't talk to nobody. I mind my business. I stay to myself. I try not to say nothing to nobody. I absolutely don't talk to any females. I don't talk to no females whatsoever. Absolutely ever. No, I'm just saying I can't give you no relationship advice. That's all I'm saying. I can give you 0 relationship advice. I don't know nothing about nothing. That's what I'm saying. I can't even tell you the last time I spoke to a female for more than 15 minutes, to be honest with you. I'm not lying. Maybe about 5 months. I don't know. Probably about 5 or 6 months the last time I spoke to a female for more than like 15 minutes. So I don't know what to tell you. I can't give nobody no relationship advice. Don't know who Jake is. No, I don't follow wrestling anymore. I used to follow wrestling heavy, like during Rock, Stone Cold, Steve Austin time with Triple H when those were the three bigs. Who was better back then? I could do wrestling. I know wrestling history like hell. Like I'm really good at wrestling history. And when I say good at wrestling history, I mean going back to probably the 70s. As far as the history of wrestling go. But I haven't been watching it heavy. I enjoy wrestling. Don't get it confused. I don't know which one of y'all in here is real or which one of y'all in here is just people that hate me faking. So don't take it no way if I just don't be believing shit. Specifically gangs of color, meanwhile funding white supremacist groups. I don't understand what you're saying. Explain that God network. I don't understand what you're saying. Who is Miso Clock? I don't even know who you are. Alright, we can link. I don't know who you are. Make a page. You're just a random all new person. I'm not gonna know who you are. You could just be some random person that is one of those people that's trying to destroy my life. So I'm probably not gonna talk to you. I'm just keeping it a stack. I got a lot of people that just dedicate their life to destroying my life. And every time I try to be friends with somebody, they work with them. So I kind of can't make friends. Yeah, I don't know what comment you talking about was the comment you made before that got network. That comment didn't pop up. Oh, I love movies. I love movies. I like writing movies. Oh, the Nut and Buffalo. Oh, I saw that comment. Oh, I love movies. Like I'm real. Yo, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna be quiet. I love movies though. I love movies. It's just something DC should do. Like DC's just so DC don't understand. They have a whole gold mine. They just don't know it. They just don't have enough imagination. That's all. But they just sold. The DC was just sold. Warner Brothers was just sold. I believe to not Paramount to Columbia. I think Columbia or Paramount. Somebody like that just bought the WB. And the WB and DC Comics is owned by Warner Brothers. So one of them just bought like Warner Brothers or something like that. So, you know, they shaking up the DCE universe and shit. But they don't have enough imagination. Because I know what I would do. And the thing I would do would be lit. And Marvel would have a problem. And I love Marvel. Marvel would have a problem if I did if they did the thing I was thinking. Marvel would have a problem. Like Marvel would have a real problem. A real problem. For real. And it's doable because they got everything already in place. Everything damn near that I would they have more than enough in place. Yeah, I love movies. That's a fact. I used to have a friend, right? So Daisy. So she used to come over. We used to hang out, watch movies and shit. So I'm saying a funny thing. So she kind of remind me. I have another cousin named Hook Deuce. So Hook is funny, right? Because he could watch the same movie a million times. And I be sitting there like, damn, my nigga, we saw this shit like 3 days ago. You watching this shit again? And the nigga just enjoy the shit. Talking line for line with the fucking movie. He just like, anyway, so Daisy, she used to be like that. So we were watching, I'm never gonna forget this, because this one specific movie was the first time it happened. We was watching Coming to America, right? And this is I just started smoking weed again. I had stopped smoking weed for a dumb long time, so I had just started smoking weed again. So she brought some weed over, so we were smoking. So we watching Coming to America. So about 15 minutes into the movie, she looking at me because I'm laughing at shit that she don't understand why I'm laughing. So she's like, why the hell was you laughing at that after a while? Because I'm just laughing at random spots in the movie that she don't understand why I'm laughing. And then I said, all right, I explain. It's okay, so this is a running gag, that's a running gag, that's a running gag. They have a whole nother running gag. This is a running gag, that's a running gag, that's a running gag. So every time I see the running gags, I'm laughing because I understand the subtext. So what happened is she said, wait, hold on, stop everything. We start the movie back from the beginning, and I start explaining the shit I'm laughing at. Now she busting the gut over there. And then after that happened, that was the first time we watched a movie together. After that happened, she started coming to the crib all the time, like, yo, what this movie? And then actually wanting me to talk through the fucking movie some of the times. Because I'd be laughing at shit. She'd be like, what the fuck are you laughing at? Or I'd be like, She'd be like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I'm good at that shit. Oh, whole nother random thing. So I used to date this girl named Maria, right? So she's a woman. We was adults. So I used to date this chick named Maria. So we used to go to the movies all the time. Like everybody I date. Movies is a thing with me. If you date me, we gonna watch movies. So we used to go to the movies all the time. So she used to be pissed sometimes because I used to figure out fucking the whole movie by like the first 15 minutes of the movie. I'd be like, oh, this is gonna happen, and I'd be saying what's gonna happen at the end of the movie after like the first 15 minutes of the movie. So that shit, people would just be like, oh shit. So that was dope. She'd be like, how do you know? I'd be like, I was paying attention. What up, Latoya Hicks says, greetings, I'm happy to see you uplift and laughing tonight. I mean, yeah, appreciate you. Appreciate you showing up to the chat. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, first, greetings, I'm happy to go uplift, laugh out loud tonight. Can I say something? Dudes piss in the street all the time, right? You know how many times you dapped up a nigga that just pissed in the street like 20 minutes ago? You know how many times you dapped up a nigga that was just holding his Johnson in his hand like 20 minutes ago? Because he been outside all day. He had to take a leak. On me, that wasn't necessarily a funny story, but I got actual funny stories. Hell yeah. That was more of like an ironic story, I think. But yeah, I got actual funny stories. Hell yeah. I've lived a really big life, man. Like for real, for real. I lived a big life. Like I did a lot of shit in my life. I've been a lot of places and I did a lot of things. And I think that's another reason why, like now in my life, I'm fine with not doing nothing. But I mean, if I had stuff to do, I like to go do stuff. Like I said, I just need, like if I had a girlfriend, you would see a different me. Like if I had somebody that I don't have nobody like I can't expand on none of my ideas. I don't even have anybody to talk to. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I grow. I grow by sharing. Like I don't got nobody to share with. You understand what I'm saying? If I had somebody to share with, I could grow. I can't grow right now. I don't got nobody to share with. That's how I grow. I grow by sharing. And then by sharing, it allows for me to be able to expand my ideas in my mind. That's how I grow. So I don't got nobody to share with. Everybody I try to share with, bad things happen. So So this is where we at. And apparently I have to figure out how to live with nothing. I have to figure out how to live with nothing. So I don't know how I'm gonna do that, because sooner or later I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to eat, pay rent, sooner pay electric, or the cable. I gotta figure out how to live with nothing. so so I don't know. That's not possible. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. Actually, I know what I'm gonna do. I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think I should just get off the live already. I can see this is about to go left. See, this is about to go left. Probably about to get off any minute now. This shit about to go left. I never touch a man's hands outside. I always try to give that. I never touch a man's out who doesn't wash their hands after using the bathroom. I have kids, so I hear everything. I'm going to say it like this. I think it's more important to wash your hands before you use the bathroom than after. I think it's more important. Like, if we're going to be washing our hands at any time, you need to wash your hands before you touch your dick. So that's the shit that always killed me, when people be like, you touch your dick and you didn't wash your hands. Well, my dick's been in my pants all day. It should be clean. I'm also a grown man, so I know to put powder. You putting powder down there too, right? So you can stay dry, right? I don't know what anybody else is doing. I don't know what anybody else is doing. So I'm usually a little bit more mindful when I see people go to the bathroom and don't even wash their hands before they touch their business. Because I'd be like, damn, man, you just gave a million niggas pounds. Them niggas done been, you don't know where niggas' hands been. You done touched all the walls and all of the rails and everything. The handrails walking up the stairs and everything. You go in the bathroom, all that bacteria and everything on your hand. The first thing you do is touch your Johnson. And then after you take a leak, then you wash your hands. I'm just saying. Are you rethinking are you rethinking that cycle? So once again, people are always trying to question what somebody else is doing when they doing questionable tactics themselves. Like, I'm literally in my house. As long as I don't piss on my hands, I'm pretty sure it's not a problem. What the fuck? Would you date an older girl? Because there's girls who's 7 years older that likes me. I would date anybody that I was in time with. If we in time, I date her. Are we in time? I mean, obviously, I gotta find her attractive. If I don't find her attractive, or she doesn't find me attractive, I'm assuming it's a done deal. But absent that, I don't know. I mean, like now, now I smoke weed. If I was in a relationship, I probably wouldn't even smoke. So I wouldn't even look for a female that smokes. Although if she did smoke, I wouldn't care. But I wouldn't look for a female that smoked. Like, a female smoking wouldn't be a prerequisite. Like, half of the time I smoke now is because I'm alone. I don't got, like, I'm by myself. If I wasn't by myself, I probably wouldn't even smoke. That's what it's like. That's why whenever somebody tells me that somebody does a thing, I don't judge them for it. I mean, you gotta assume that whenever anybody is doing a thing, they're doing the thing for a specific reason. Just because I don't understand the reason, that doesn't mean that that the reason isn't a good reason. Like, I hate when somebody tells you they're doing something for something and they're like, "Oh man, that's not a good reason." Not a good reason for you. You have a different life and different standards than I have. Maybe you have different lifestyle than I have. So it is what it is. But stop letting people minimize you. Stop letting people compare. Even something that's positive in your life to something that's positive. Stop allowing people to compare your life to another person's life. Stop doing that. You understand? Imagine if you come to me and you tell me something terrible happened to you, and then I'm like, oh man, you think that's bad? And then I tell you about something bad that happened to me. And you're gonna be sitting there like, I'm going through all this shit in the world. I'm telling you about this whole fuck shit that happened to me. And you busy over here telling me about, you don't even care about my issues, do you? I thought we was cool. All right, copy. Let's talk about your thing. All right, fuck it. Let's talk about your thing. I thought we was cool. All right. No, actually, psychiatrists say don't do that. If you look up in any book on psychiatry that speaks on that, they say don't do that because you're actually causing harm to the individual that's just come to you and confided in you. Imagine you confiding into somebody your pain and then them not caring about your pain at all. And instead of them caring about what's going on with you, they start telling you about what's going on with them. That's extremely callous and narcissistic. So anytime somebody comes to you and they need some help, they need some guidance, they need some emotional support, what you're gonna do is then do the opposite and basically tell them that you're not gonna give them any emotional support. But people don't realize that that's what's happening, and that's literally what's happening in the brain, and that's the emotion that the brain is triggering. And people are busy there standing there thinking that they're being so smart, telling people, "See, your life ain't so bad." Yeah, but that's in comparison to what you're going through. What this person is going through is bad to them. Just because what they're going through, you don't consider it bad, that doesn't mean it's not bad to them. To them, it's bad. But, you got to have a certain care. You have to also, a certain intellectual, I guess, I don't know. What the fuck do I know? If it doesn't wash your hands after holding the Johnson, that everything he touches has his Johnson contamination on it. Some people whip their Johnson out and don't touch it. I'm gonna just leave that there and I'm gonna leave it alone. But some of us sometimes just, a good deal of the time just whip our Johnson out when we don't necessarily have to touch it. But I'm just gonna leave that by itself, and you can do with that whatever you want to do with that. You can do with that what you want to do with that. You do with that what you want to do with that. Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. I'm gonna assume all of the people in the chat are new. I appreciate all of the new people. I am going to get ready to get out of here anyway because it's time to go. So the lie that y'all getting to get people to stop supporting the channel is by telling them that I have, and I'm telling people that I don't have. I'm just gonna go. Everybody, just enjoy your day, man. Just tomorrow is gonna be a day. Just OGK Network says, do you think Young Thug could win the trial because it's a state case? No, they're still gonna have to. They're still gonna have to use. Still RICO. It's still RICO, and it's still RICO. What up, Casey? It's still RICO. So it's still RICO. Don't matter. So the only way I could prove is to crash and burn. The only way I could prove that I'm telling the truth is if my life is destroyed and I crash and burn. And then after I crash and burn and my life is destroyed, then people are gonna say, "Oh, we thought he was lying. We didn't know." Everybody, just have a good night. Just have a good night. Just everybody, just.